Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm in Pachaug State Park in eastern Connecticut. It's a beautiful fall day, so I decided to come out and do a little trail riding. You know, I did take the truck out here. I put the bike in the back and chucked it out because it's about an hour and 40 minutes of highway to get here, and honestly I didn't really feel like being on the highway for over 3 hours today on this bike, because it's not what it's made for. But yeah, so here I am going to ride around the park area, and there's also a ton of trails. Just want to make sure I'm on the right heading here. There's also a ton of trails around this area in eastern Connecticut, like right along the border with Rhode Island. You know, this is the area I rode at. It was like a month or two ago, where I met up with some random guys at the trailhead back there, and they were on those two-stroke KTMs. They were like hardcore enduro guys, but they took me on some pretty crazy trails that I ended up just riding way past my limit on, and I crashed. You know, a pretty decent crash once, but no real damage to the bike or myself, thankfully. But I'm gonna go back to those trails today, and I'm gonna ride them at a much slower pace, a much more my style of riding pace, where it's just putting around, exploring. But it's, like I said, it's peak fall conditions right now. All the leaves are turning or are almost down by now, but it's still just absolutely beautiful day. And yeah, let's get to it. This whole area is just like these little 2-lane roads like this that zigzag and cut through this whole forested area, and you know, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of lakes, there's a lot of random trails around. There's a lot of hiking too. A lot of people hike here. Not much elevation, but just like beautiful backwoods kind of hiking. I sort of remember this area. I didn't have my GPS going at the time, so I couldn't like look back and see where I was, but just going on street views and some landmarks, I was able to find it on Google Maps. Should be up here about a half mile ahead on the right. So like I said, you know, I don't have like a ton of off-road experience. I definitely have some, but when it comes to riding fast off-road, like kind of enduro style riding, like I'm not a huge fan of that. You know, it is super fun. It's sketchy, you know, like all the sketchiness kind of adds to like the adrenaline of it, which is, I get it, but I do like just kind of cruising around, exploring, taking pictures and stuff like that. Yeah, this is it. See, if I wasn't with these guys, I never would know that this was like not a private place. It's a little sketchy with all the leaves kind of covering the holes. Gonna stand for most of this because there's a lot of pretty large, like baby head sized rocks. Yeah, that's what they're called, baby heads. I didn't just make that up. I gotta see, there is a turnoff that's gonna come up on the right at some point, and that trail's a little more intense than this one. This is pretty just like basic. Man, look at this fucking area though. Just all the leaves turning. You do have to watch the ruts too, because those things will take you out. I believe this is the turnoff. right. Take a quick little second here. I'll be honest, I do got to take a leak. I'll be right back. Alright. So I just made a turn off Noah's Ark Road. Now I take this, cross the main, bring it all the way down. Alright, so it's pretty straightforward. Let's see. Yeah, I won't need my phone on the bars for this, so I should be alright. Alright, I do hear some other big 4-stroke dirt bikes out there right now, so I gotta be careful coming around some of these corners. Alright, let's do it. Oh, there's some mud out here. A lot different than when I came here in a drought. It's mostly dry, but... Oh, I see a big mud puddle. Fuck. Alright, I see a workaround on the right. Fresh tracks here. Oh shit. Yep. Fuck yeah. Let's go. See, there's a lot of like those were fucking serious enduro bikes. All those 2-stroke KTMs. I'm on my little measly crf300l, which is far from those bikes. But you know what? This little thing handles just fine. Yeah, sand and mud is a little rough. But like I said, surprisingly, these stock tires kind of eat it up pretty good. Step downs here. Man, the leaves, they do hide a lot of the obstacles here. Someone wiped out right there. Whoa, almost. Sometimes it's better to ride fast over some of this shit. Sometimes you have to. Man, these rocks are fucking big. Oh, fuck. Whoa, almost. Honestly, I might stash this insulated layer on me because it's starting to get pretty goddamn hot. Perfect spot right here. Whew. Fuck yeah. This shit is so fun. Alright, I'm gonna stash my insulated layer in the pouch back here and I'll be right back. Nice, KX450. Those look like the dudes I was riding with last couple months ago. So dope though. do got to watch out, because that's a big danger on trails like this, is if you're coming one way and they're going the opposite, it's tough to see around some of these corners. But there's a lot of offshoots here, little like real technical trails just off of this trail. I mean, for me, this trail is technical, but there's like some real hard enduro stuff right off of here, which I will not be doing today. All right, let's go. Oh man. I'm not good at roosting around corners like some of these other guys. But man, these loose fucking rocks are, it's all about balance. I'm probably in too high of a gear. I'm in second, which I should be in first. Oh, another step down. Loose sand. See, I was coming through this like 3 times the fucking speed last time, and it was very, very sketchy. And it still is taxing on you though. Another step. Oh, good little jump right there. It's actually dope to follow these guys' trails, because they they know what line to pick. Oh fuck, they're coming back. Oh shit. It's like The Walking Dead coming up to Negan. Yep. How you doing? Not much. This still recording? Yeah. So somewhere on this trail is actually where I went down. It gets a little hairy at some points. I just remember it was in a turn with like a whoop right in the middle of the turn, and I just hit it way too fast. Trying to hit that whoop. But yeah, this bike, I mean, it'll do it, you know. The suspension is definitely a little soft for like some of the rougher stuff, but if you dialed in the suspension, I mean, this bike would be fucking phenomenal on this kind of terrain. It's definitely got enough power. It's got a lot of low end torque. Especially, this is the first time me riding it since the tune, and I could already tell like the low end just feels a lot better. The pull is definitely there. Whew, a little squirrely there on the back. Yeah, sand kind of worries me. A couple whoops. I mean, I could ride around them, but fuck it, I'm here, right? See, first gear just like tops out real short on this bike. I know guys like it like a shorter first gear for real technical stuff, but I mean, let's face it, majority of my time here is on the road on this bike. So a taller second gear would be nice. Or taller first gear, sorry. It's tough to talk when you're trying to focus on the trail and not get fucking launched. This is nice. I mean, this like graded stuff with the bumps is pretty good. I like this over like the real big stones and baby heads and shit like that. Checking my mirrors to make sure those Enduro boys aren't ripping behind me. At least I know they're behind me and not coming from forward, because yeah, like I said a million times, it could be tough on some of these corners. Ooh, this is sketchy. Man, what a fucking day though. Holy shit. Mid-50s, late October, so you can see the fucking leaves are falling. It's beautiful. Trail is in great shape, not too much mud. I love it. Woo! Some sand right there. Front tire's getting a little wobbly. Trying to keep sort of a loose grip on the front. You don't want to like death grip the fucking thing. You kind of want to let it take its path but still control it, especially in a loose shit like that. And I'm glad I walked up to those guys a couple months ago that were at that trailhead and was like, hey, you know any good trails around here? And I never would have knew about this place. Ah, man, look at this. Stop and get a quick picture here. Let me find a better spot. I do wish I brought some water. I got a bunch in the truck, but I'm fucking thirsty. Probably see this on Instagram, on my stories at some point. Alright, so back there's a turn off to the right. I split up with those guys and was gonna go meet them up ahead. I remember that because they went on the hard track and I kept going, and I guess I looped around and I met up with them, and I think shortly after I met up with them was when I fucking dumped this thing. But yeah, let's see if I can remember the spot. Unless that was the spot I met them and it was like coming up right here, I'm not sure. It's kind of all just a blur the first time I rode through here. I didn't really take in, you know, what this trail was or is. Skid plate doing its job. Oh yeah. I think it was right around here. Yeah, it was right here. Yep, I came fucking flying around this thing. And I landed back there. Or maybe. I don't know. I'm losing my fucking mind here. Some of those gates could be sketchy too. Knocking those things on your handguards. Whew. Alright. Now we're back at part of this other state park here that is again right on the border. I post up somewhere and look at my map. You know what? Places I should not go. Oh, this is... yeah. Yep. Come on. I mean, look at this. Just incredible. Oh, this is a good spot for a break. If only I had some water. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, took a little 20-minute break. Now, there's this place in Rhode Island, right on the coast. It's supposed to be like an abandoned World War II base or building. It was like a lookout over the ocean here. I do want to go see it. I've always wanted to go see it, and I figured, you know, why not? It's a quick hour ride on some back roads, so it should be pretty nice. But yeah, let me get out of this state park. And it's gonna be mostly road to get there, paved road, so probably won't film anything until I get there. I don't think you could ride up to it. I think it is it's a trail. I don't even think you're allowed to go up to it, to be honest. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. I want to go see this fucking thing. Am I going the right way? Yes, yes. Service is okay out here, surprisingly. It just takes a little for GPS to catch up. But yeah, it's a couple graded gravel roads like this to get out of here, which is pretty fun. It's like a mix of tar and gravel. But alright, I'll catch you guys in what'll be about 2 seconds for you, but it'll be about an hour for me. So see you in a little bit. This is before I exit, this is actually a spot where helicopters land, like the light flight helicopters, if someone gets really fucked up on the trails out here and injured enough that they can't be taken out in an ambulance. So that kind of shows how remote some areas of this park are. Just wanted to show that, since I'm like a little bit autistic when it comes to helicopters and stuff like that. I love that shit. But yeah, alright, continue this journey. See, this is the magic of dual sport bikes. This is why I love them. You could go from the technical rough off-road trails back there, and then you just come off the trail and you get right on the street. It's all legal, plated. I mean, it's, yeah, these bikes are awesome. And man, I kind of wish I mean, I might end up just stopping ahead at some point and throwing that thermal back in, because once you're on the road and you're going, you know, 50 plus miles an hour, it starts getting pretty goddamn cold right now. Alright, we'll see, but I'll check in a bit. Welcome to Rhode Island. Officially the first other state I've ridden in now on this bike. Hopefully there will be many, many more. Even if I have to truck them out to those states, I'd still count that. It's not like on the DR650 I used to ride out to all these states. I rode out west, I rode every state in the Northeast, from New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, all that I rode to. But that big 650 single it's a little more comfortable on the highway and getting to those places, unlike this thing. But nothing wrong with this bike. This thing will do what it's got to do. I said I wasn't going to film much of the paved section, but these kind of roads, these back roads, is just what this bike is made for. I mean, it's perfect. Very few cars. Just very nice. Now this bike, I could tell, like the upgraded ECU and the pipe and everything, you know, it didn't do much for a top end, obviously, but it just, you really notice the power change in the mid-range. Like, just back there was some car that was, I don't know, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They were turning left, then they were turning right, then they were turning left, and they were stopping in the road. But I passed them, and just, I felt more power on that pass than I've felt, you know, before the tune. Like, it was definitely just a strong punch in the mid-range, and it was, man, it feels so nice. This bike feels perfectly dialed in now, power-wise. But man, look at this. Just look at these roads. So I'm getting close now. I've actually been to this area many times. This is right by Narragansett. I used to come down here a lot for to get seafood. This place called Chaplin's. I think there was another spot over there. Really good seafood, really good raw bar and everything. It's, yeah, nice place to come in, you know, early spring or just throughout the year. Alright, so I'm coming up on this. Should be, looks like there's a little boat ramp kind of thing you can pull down, and I think there's a trail off of that. But this is my first time here. I have no idea what to expect. I'm expecting no trespassing signs, but besides that, gotta find this thing. I think it's like tucked kind of in the woods, but it overlooks the bay here. There's a bunch of other abandoned but not like dilapidated buildings on this property too. Yeah, here's here's the property. See though? Oh, there it is right there. Holy fuck. Damn, I did not know you could see it from the street right here. That was a fucking cop. Come on, Ram, you could get through these little blast bumps. Alright, the adventure begins. Taking my action cam with me because I don't trust people. Nah, but I'm not about to leave that on the fucking helmet on my bike over there. Fuck those people. Alright. There it is. It's a lot less hidden as I thought it was gonna be. Now the formas are decent for, you know, trekking off the bike. They bite a little bit on like a full step on the toe. It's not the most comfortable, but for little treks like this, parking up, exploring something, they're not terrible. Oh shit. Very ominous looking structure. I just gotta figure out how to get over there. There might be some other people here, I'm not too sure yet. Oh man. Oh, this is sketchy. No fucking way I gotta crawl on there. Oh man. What the fuck am I doing? I think this might be the only way. Oh. I'm legit crawling in this fucking thing. Oh fuck. Hello? Fuck. Oh, this is wild. Man, what the fuck? This is some strange shit, man. That's interesting. Yeah, I will not be going down there. Oh, there's this roof access. All right, I'm gonna do it, but I'm not gonna hold my phone while I do this. All right, there's nothing around that corner. So this, I don't really know too much of the history. I gotta look into it a little more, but I believe it was a lookout for over the ocean here. I guess they could spot the Germans and all threats that were coming from overseas during World War II. Very fucking cool though. I mean, this is a pretty strategic location here. I love this. Kind of sucks, there's so much graffiti. I mean, I don't mind graffiti, I do dig it. But it'd be nice to see a lot of these places untouched. Oh man. Oh, no one's in that basement. I'd love to try to find a way on the roof here. All right. Now I gotta crawl back underneath this sketchy fucking roof. Might go around the side, see if I get a view of the front here. Damn, I really want to get on this roof, but we'll see. All right. So there was literally a path right here I could have taken instead of fucking crawling. on my hands and knees under that roof, but I want to try to get around the front, get a good visual of this. There's so many fucking prickers. Holy shit. Yeah, these are a little bit sharp. Was I up top or on that floor? Yeah, so I was definitely on that floor, but it looks like there is a second floor. I didn't see any hatches or anything. It must have been an exterior staircase or ladder or something, but looks like people might climb on there and up. That's a little sketchy. Let's see what I could find. Alright, there was one spot I could have climbed up. I got like my head through these raptors on that collapse roof. But it would have been a tight squeeze getting through those things. Damn, I almost want to come back here with like a small ladder in the truck one day. Just want to see the view from that top floor there. But man, cool place. Yeah, I gotta look up the history a little more. I remember I looked it up like years ago when I first saw this thing. I forgot what the exact purpose of it was. Alright, let me get back to the bike. It's Point Judith Lighthouse over there. Mighty Atlantic. So there's the old bunker or whatever I was just in. Cool they left that thing there and didn't demolish it with all the history. Alright, made it back before the sunset, before they close this damn park down. Let's see. Alright, so back at the park. It is 4:13. As you can tell, it's getting a little darker. Sunsets, or the sun is setting earlier now. You know, I think we actually set the clocks back maybe 2 weeks from now or so. So it's gonna get dark real early after that. But yeah, so temperature's dropping. I'm starting to get pretty damn chilly, and I am so fucking happy I do not need to ride at 80 miles or 75 on the highway for the next hour and 40 minutes back to Stratford. The best decision I made today was putting this thing in the truck and bringing it over here and using this park as a base camp to explore this area. I think that's going to be something I do a lot more nowadays, especially since this bike is, you know, not the best for the highway, as I've said 1,000 times. But yeah, here I am. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long to load this up. I did not stop for food on the way here. I just was getting cold and wanted to get back, so I'll just stop and get some dinner on the way out of here. There she is. Alright. Not dropping in front of all these people. All right, guys, that's it for today. It's been one hell of a trip, but bike's loaded up, everything's ready to go. About to get back on the highway and get out of here, go get some food, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.